everybody, and welcome to another episode of Bronson's Soapbox, where today I am going to be talking about free-to-play games, as you probably understood from the title above the video. So, I've been playing a lot of free-to-play games recently because of my MOBA Soapbox I've been working on. It's going to come out in the far-flung future. And, Hearthstone and phone games and kind of tablet games because, like I said, I bought that tablet last year and I've been kind of want to mess around with some of the possibilities with, mobile and free-to-play gaming. And because I largely do think it will eventually become the future of video games, because anyone can understand, for those people who aren't willing to pay a lot for a game, then they can pay nothing or very little, or whatever they think it's worth. And for those willing to pay far more for a game, they can. And I've been looking into it, and I don't think all games are going to go this route, but I think a lot of games are. I think most MMOs are. I think a lot of shooters are. I think anything that is really socially focused, like playing with your friends socially, not like, social issues, is going to be a free-to-play game. And I want to talk about how you can do it really well and how you can do it really poorly. I think really poorly is any game, and this is a lot of Facebook games, a lot of iOS games, that you pay to win. And you pay for stuff like this stuff is walled off and you can only pay for it. And there has to be a way to get there through actually grinding and actually fighting it out. It can't be like, you can only get this if you pay $50. Like, no. Second off, you cannot you can't make it so it affects gameplay super heavily, because then it becomes a case of pay to win. A perfect example of this is Hearthstone. Hearthstone, you can actually earn packs all on your own. In fact, if you are playing your daily quest, you can earn a pack about every other day, and you can earn one wing of an adventure a week, or you can just straight up buy those things. Buy a full, set. Yes, the gold route will take longer, and you are, essentially gated progression, but it's still fair. You still, everyone has access to those cards, and you still have the same chance of earning the same cards. It's randomized. I think a poor way of doing it is, obviously, like I said earlier, those Facebook games that are like, here, pay us $200 for, to get rid of your time that you're locked out of so you can do this thing. That's super dumb, super asinine, and it really hurts those games. I've been playing a game called Piano Tiles, and yeah, you can play the game to unlock all the songs, or you can pay us for these points that do it for you. And I don't think that just feels gross, I guess, to me. I don't know, I think a middle ground, I guess, would be League and Heroes of the Storm. Which both of those are really good examples of, yeah, you have to pay for heroes, but plenty of heroes or champions are in the rotation every week. And realistically, if you're playing that game any decent amount to the point of where, you would consider spending cash on it, you will be earning enough gold or points to buy what you want to buy. And then the cosmetic stuff is locked behind cash, which I think that's fine. If something is cosmetic, I don't really care if it's locked by that stuff. And it does allow for you to, pay for as much of the game as you think it's worth. Heroes of the Storm is one of my favorite games of the past couple of years. I love Heroes of the Storm. But I've only spent $10 on Heroes because I've earned all my other characters. I've earned every single one of them. I haven't had to go and be like, I'm going to blow X, Y amount of money on this. And that's awesome. And it actually makes me want to kind of throw some more cash in the game. I don't have to spend any money on this. I'll go buy a skin, or I'll go do this thing. Of course, the ideal method is Dota 2, where it's all the characters, heroes, whatever, are free to play from the start. All the maps are free to play from the start. and the only thing that you buy are announcers and skins, and everything's cosmetic and hero skins and items that don't really affect gameplay all that much. And yeah, that's a fucking ideal, perfect world, but most developers aren't willing to do that. And I think the middle ground method is fine. I think the Dota method is perfect. But like I said earlier, these Facebook games are... what they're really relying on is like 10% of the overall people that are willing to play their game, that are willing to throw thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars at it. Like these crazy people who, like, I guess they're CEOs of these major companies, like $1,000 so I can progress in this game as much as I want, and I'll blow that, sure. I don't know anyone in their right mind who would do this, but I don't know anyone who's a multi-millionaire, so... question mark, I guess? For you as a developer, the best thing you can do is, like, follow that League of Legends, that Heroes of the Storm model of, like... this is the, like, you make it so that, like, they can earn all the core gameplay stuff through playing the game, and make sure that stuff doesn't really affect gameplay, and then make it so all the cosmetic stuff is stuff you have to buy. And through that, you don't feel bad for spending money on it. Like, same thing with Hearthstone. Like, I never felt bad, like, blowing the $40 or $50 or whatever it is I spent on Hearthstone, because I've earned the majority of my cards just by playing, matches and getting gold. So, like, when I did blow cash, and I was like, yeah, I've earned tons of cards on my own. Like, yeah, why not? I'll spend, like, $10 here, $10 there, and get a bunch of cards. Get them for Hearthstone. That's awesome. That's another way that's, like, you don't feel bad about it. And, like, it isn't giving these other players massive amounts of power. Because, like, the worst thing you can do is, like in an MMO that's pay to win, where it's like, well, if you pay us $200, we'll make it so you can skip everything and just, here's a max level character with a full set of gear, go into PvP and start smoking people that can't buy this stuff. And that's how you get everyone to quit your game. Except for the people who pay. And then those people don't feel powerful because they're all fighting geared people, and it makes people leave their game, and it's a mess. And I don't think the full box product is going away anytime soon. I just think that it's like these people who say free to play is amazing. It's a balancing act. And people are like, free to play sucks. Like, no, I don't necessarily agree with that either. Like, I think free to play has its place, and those games can be awesome. Like, free to play games can be awesome. It's just a matter of balancing them to, like, so the free players are getting a fair game that's fun, and they might want to spend money on the future, and the people are willing to throw cash at it can throw tons of cash at it and still feel good. And it's a really tough balancing act. I get that. Anyway, this has been my rambling soapbox about this for the week, I guess. I'll be back next week with Who the Hell Knows. Please follow us on twitch.tv/GamerAccess. There's a donate button that pays for things like capture cards, things like audio equipment, getting us out to E3 so we can do interviews, and maybe one day food so we can do this full time and not starve to death. So, yeah, then you can follow us on Twitter at TheGamerAccess and Twitch and Facebook by looking up TheGamerAccess.com. I love you all. Go check out our other shows, such as Playing God, The Gamecast, Unscripted Access, and 6 Minute Access, and Super Mega Awesome Go Playtime. Goodbye.